we've got another Air Force story. This one is going to divide the room, okay? It divided me. I was divided internally, spiritually, by this next story out of the Air Force. Because on one hand, I want to give this person some kudos, but on the other, I'm like, I'm not really sure. Air Force officer shows courageous restraint by not punching irate attacker on D.C. street. You know, they mention here that they remind us that for a period of time there was an award being given out for courageous restraint. Courageous restraint, not being violent, even if you could have, for humanity's sake. Okay? Even if it was justified. Even if it was justified not being violent, which then they canceled that award because the military actually wants people to be violent. So it was probably a good call. But the U.S. military once considered awards for service members who exercised courageous restraint in Afghanistan. That controversial medal was later shelved, but an Air Force officer recently captured on video dealing with an irate man on Washington, D.C. street is almost certainly deserving of it. In a roughly 1 minute long video posted to Instagram by the account DMV Scoop Hall, a man wearing a gray t-shirt and black shorts can be seen harassing an enlisted airman wearing camouflage before an Air Force officer in a flight suit who is presumably a lieutenant colonel, judging by the rank on his cap, stands in the way and tries to defuse the situation. You can watch the video below. And we are about to watch the video. So let's watch the video. I have to give you guys the adult language warning for this one. So this video does include adult language. We're going to watch it right now. And you guys tell me, does this look like courageous restraint or something else? Let's go. Let's watch it. Adult language warning. Adult language warning. Here we go. We're going to play the video right now. This person, I'll talk about my opinions after the video. How about that? Let's get right into this video. So good for him right off the bat, jumping in the middle of it, right? He's protecting the female. There's another presumably Air Force person right there, and this guy certainly appears to be like some homeless person, possibly on something. He might be on some drugs. So that does put these people in a difficult situation. Like, they don't know what they're dealing with here. But this is what it's like to walk around like a downtown city in like San Diego, for example, just getting harassed by crazy homeless drug addicts all day long.
Hey, hospital, send me a helicopter. Send me a helicopter. I want to go back in the White House. I'm gay. I'll fight you. I'm gay.
So this guy is actually swinging. He's swinging on him, like punching him in the face. At some point, restraint's not the right option. Like, it's exercising, this is my opinion. Exercising restraint means you walk away if at all possible. But he's getting swung on. He's getting punched in the face. And he's like smiling. And just my opinion here, it seems like one of those anxious, nervous smiles of like, don't beat me up. Everything's fine, but it's not fine. This is definitely not fine. If it was me, I think I would have probably punched this dude in the face by this time and probably at least held him on the ground and restrained him until help can arrive, because nowadays you don't know who's going to stab you. Like, people are getting stabby. People are getting really violent out there. Like, just getting stabbed on the street is probably not that unrealistic in this scenario. So I think this is probably the moment where this guy should have used some of those Air Force combatives. He's got to have a pen. He's got to have a bunch of pens on him. He could use one of those, get some jabs in, and then maybe poke the dude in the eye, knee him in the groin, take him down, get a little karate going, something like that, anything. Don't just get punched in the face a bunch of times. And what are these other airmen doing? This is like everybody could have joined in and easily restrained this dude on the ground until help arrived and gotten this guy off the street. Let's keep watching. So that's his watch. He just got his watch knocked off.
This my watch. I took that shit.
This my watch. I took that. And he did. And this dude's about to walk away with that colonel's watch. No. Come on, dude. At this point, everybody just bystanding, doing nothing. How are you going to just let yourself... Maybe I'm wrong, and you guys can let me know in the comments. But how are you going to let yourself get punched in the face a bunch of times and get your watch taken? Like, you got just deboed. He got straight deboed.
I took that.
And that's the end of the video. He got straight up deboed. I mean, it got kind of embarrassing. It got a little bit embarrassing. And the video ends there. I think he was yelling Donald Trump at one point while he was swinging. And so, let's see. The video abruptly ends with the officer trying to retrieve his watch, but it is apparent that he showed remarkable restraint in trying to defuse a situation that was quickly spiraling out of control. The standing rules of engagement for U.S. forces comes to mind in this scenario where an irate man demonstrates both hostile intent and his behavior as a hostile act in throwing punches, justifying the officer to use appropriate force to deter or neutralize. U.S. troops sometimes refer to their escalation force options as the 5 S's: shout, show, shove, shoot to warn, and finally shoot to kill, which you can advance to shoot to kill anytime you feel like you're threatened as a rule of the ROE. If your life is in danger, you have always the inherent right to self-defense. So in this case, I feel like he restrained too much. This Air Force officer was well within his rights in a military context to knock the man out and go about his day, or in the words of one commenter, man, he would have went night-night. The officer instead took the high road and engaged in de-escalation, and it says, fortunately, it worked out. I don't know. Did he get his watch back? It doesn't say. He showed incredible restraint. One member of the Air Force community on Reddit said of the video, though many showed their support for a different option: starch him, yell World Star, break out the phone, live stream, standing over his unconscious body singing the Air Force song, We Fly High. We missed opportunity for sure. Another commenter wrote, missed opportunity, should have smacked his face with the hydro flask and scored that sponsorship. Let's see, are there any comments on here? Courageous restraint? No, he should have taken him down to the ground and ensured this guy was arrested. I agree. This is from Task and Purpose. I think that the right thing to do would have been to take him down, hold him, restrain him, least amount of force necessary until, you know, a higher authority like the police could come. I don't know. You guys let me know what you think. I think that it's apparent that he could have done more. He could have done more.